Welcome to your midweek update. Yes, welcome back. I'm your host, Paul, from KCTK Radio. This is the program where we give you a quick update about what people are talking about this week. We examine the latest trending Google searches for today, so you know what everyone is talking about. Now, here's a disclaimer for you folks. I'm not saying that these are the most important things that you should be talking about, or even that you should know about them. I'm just helping you by letting you know what is going on in the world. So, without further ado, on with the countdown.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Sammy Watkins. That's right. There's actually a lot of the Google searches today had to do with professional football players, because tomorrow, actually it's the 14th. I don't know when you're listening to it, but March 14th is kind of the deadline or the end of the trading period, a trading period for the NFL. And number 5 was Sammy Watkins. Excited about this. This is a local story from where we are here. The Kansas City Chiefs intend to sign wide receiver Sammy Watkins from the LA Rams to a 3-year deal. According to multiple media reports, the deal is expected to pay Watkins roughly $16 million. Now, recently, the Chiefs cornerback Marcus Peters was traded to the Los Angeles Rams, and a lot of people believe that was not a good idea to do. In fact, my chief source for Kansas City football is, you know him and you love him, Shaggy Shane, and he has his own comments about the Marcus Peters trade.
Welcome to the Shaggy Shane Show.
It's on YouTube.
Ladies
you should check it
gentlemen,
out.
The trade is in. It's official. Marcus Peters was traded for a 4th-round draft pick in this year's draft and a 2nd-round draft pick in next year's draft.
What do you think of that?
Bad freaking business.
So Shaggy Shane says it's bad business, folks, and mostly because the idea that Marcus Peters was traded simply because he kneeled during the national anthem. So how does this have to do with Sammy Watkins? The Chiefs are evidently trying to get more backup for their defense, or for their team, and it both deals with the Los Angeles Rams. But I do suggest, if you want to know anything about football, go to YouTube, Shaggy Shane, and he'll tell you all about the Chiefs.
Number 4.
Number 4 is the company Broadcom. Broadcom. And I know what you're thinking, but it's not Broadcom. It's Broadcom. And the reason that was searched today is that President Trump ordered yesterday, he ordered that Singapore-based Broadcom to relinquish its hostile bid to fellow chipmaker San Diego-based Qualcomm. The blocking of Broadcom's proposal takeover of Qualcomm dragged the entire tech sector down. So the president put a kibosh, a cut, a stop, a halt to the idea that this Singapore company was taking over a San Diego company. I guess the rationale is we do not want other nations to basically have a market on all the whatever they do. What they do tech stuff. I wish Jack was here. Chip makers, computer chips. So we don't want them to do that. Although they do think they're all that and a bag of computer chips, but the idea is that we don't want one company having those that isn't American, obviously. But it made the tech sector go down because of protectionism. So a lot of people are very worried that what will happen is this is heavy-handed, this is protectionism, and it's going to hurt us in the long run working with the entire world. So that was your number 4 search, Broadcom. Yay! Let's take a quick break and check in with one of our sponsors. Today's program is brought to you by Gerald's MBA Institute. Have you always wanted to get your MBA? Oh, what's the holdup? If it's tuition fee, let me tell you, do I have a deal for you? At Gerald's MBA Institute, we've just slashed the entire fee by 50%. That's right. It's now officially affordable to get your MBA. But you've got to do it now. Call before midnight to secure your space in our MBA program. It just takes one phone call, 1 year, and one heck of a lot of determination. And I know you have that. Mention this commercial and your midweek update and receive an additional 20% off the campus bookstore. The number to call is 913-735-0060. Gerald's MBA Institute. See you next semester. And use promo code your midweek update at checkout. Yay.
Number 3.
So number 3 is another sports trade that's going on in the NFL. It's Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson is a wide receiver currently with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he's expected to sign with the Chicago Bears. And you would think I would know a little bit more. I guess that's kind of a big deal, but I played fantasy football this year, and I don't know if you've ever played fantasy football, but just follow the numbers. You don't even have to know the names of the players. Just figure out, oh, this guy gets more catches than this guy. This guy gets more runs than this guy. This guy makes more points than this guy. And what it will do is not only give you a good team, but completely turn you off in the idea of competition for fun. It will make you nervous every Sunday. It'll make you look at every game and wonder, is that guy on my team? Is that guy on my opponent's team? And really ruin not only a Sunday, but the entire fall season. And it also makes you root against the teams that you love because you may not have them on your fantasy football team. So I highly recommend, if you want to take something fun like sports and ruin it forever, try fantasy football.
Number 2.
That wasn't even a live read. That was just something special. So extra advice for you. Now this is sad news. Number 2 search was Craig Mack. Craig Mack is a hit rapper, and his song is his most famous song. They say is I actually have never heard this song before. It's Flava in Your Ear. Flava in Your Ear. And what's sad is that Craig passed away. He was only 47 years old. And it'd be tough to get that old. And he's one of the artists who laid the foundation for Bad Boy Records. There is no cause of death and released, but he has been ill for some time. If you remember Bad Boy Records, it was Biggie, Puff Daddy, Poof Daddy, Puffy Puffy. I don't know his names. He has different names. That's Biggie. And the language, you know? The language. I'm waiting for Craig Mack. I don't know. Somewhere he's in there. He's also with Biggie. And it's a sad story. There he is. So anyway, 47-year-old man, that is sad. Condolences to everyone, his family and all his fans. And they're looking him up on the internet. That's why he was number 2.
And number 1.
Number 1. So number 1 is, by no doubt, Rex Tillerson. Yeah, Rex Tillerson. How about this? Now, Trump fired Rex Tillerson as Secretary of State, and the way he did it was on Twitter. So you listening to this by using social media maybe, or finding out what's going on in the computer world, good job, because that's how our number one diplomat, I think third or fourth in line of secession, yeah, that's how he was fired by the president. Classy move. It looks like Ron Popeil of the Ginsu Knife will be taking over. He was the chief of the CIA. Reports say that Tillerson reportedly called Trump a moron at a meeting at the Pentagon last year, and then held a press conference saying he didn't. But they think that may have made Trump so mad in the past that that's why he fired him. In fact, someone today, one of the reporters asked the president, President Trump, did you fire him because he was a moron? And no, did you fire him because he called you a moron? And there was no answer. And that type of journalism, I tell you, it gets under my skin. It makes me very angry. It's fake news. There's no need for someone to say to the president, did you fire him because he called you a moron? Rex Tillerson did not call him a moron. He called him a fucking moron. That's your midweek update. This is Paul saying until we meet again, be safe.
This has been a KCTK production, produced by Paul Lavoda. If you want more information about this content, then you have some real weirdness going on. You can always check out KCTK Radio on Facebook. Listen to live programs at kctk.radio12345.com. Yes, and that is on the World Wide Web. Thank you.